Oh, we're recording. So this is our zero carbon strategy for the contractor. We've just got contents about what zero carbon is, how it'll be adopted, the materials we're going to use, and what solutions we're going to go by. So what is zero carbon? Zero carbon means that no carbon emissions are being produced from a product or a service. When carbon and other heat trapping emissions are released into the air, they act like a blanket, holding heat in our atmosphere and warming the planet. This is the main cause of global warming.
Why will zero carbon be adopted? Zero carbon building has been regarded as an important approach in reducing carbon emissions associated with buildings. Buildings account for as much as 45% of the total energy consumption and carbon emissions. Therefore, they are the greatest opportunities for reducing carbon emissions. Buildings represent an area which can be readily tackled through existing methods and new innovations. Adapting the grey school to zero carbon will prioritize the consumption reduction to ensure that the building is performing as efficiently as possible and not wasting energy. This will be by renewable sources and a fabric-first approach, which helps in reducing energy demand to help with the remaining carbon offset.
For our site analysis for this project, we've shown that the sun path is direct and prominent light from the south at all times of the year. So therefore we're going to use, and you, the contractor, are going to use solar glass on the southern elevation windows. The rainfall is expected to be around 30% of the year, so there'll be plenty of moisture available for the green roof as well as the water harvesting system in this project. The low wind speed and shelter from trees means a wind turbine would not be suitable for this site.
For the materials, we have chosen a fabric-first approach. This will allow the building's airtightness, solar gain, ventilation, and insulation to be maximized, so the efficiency of the building can be largely improved. As our cladding, we have chosen to use Accoya wood for its reliability, durability, and high performance. It creates a sustainable, modern aesthetic without damaging the environment. For curtain walling, we have chosen a flexible design with great thermal properties and fire protection. It is triple glazed panels that are available for maximum optimization of the thermal conductivity values and solar gain. For the insulation, we have chosen Kingspan super insulation as it is highly regarded as one of the most effective on the market. It has a thermal conductivity of 0.18. The materials will allow greys to meet the passive standards for the building of this size.
So we've decided to go for a fabric first approach, which you, the contractor, must abide by, with our target to be optimal thermal performance with a low zero carbon cost. We're going to let the building do the work to create a healthy, efficient space, and we're going to make sure all the elements are planned and delivered as specified with you, the contractor.
For zero carbon solutions, we have chosen the Project Solar Elite PV panels. These capture the sun's energy and convert it into electricity. It is one of the most highly regarded panels in the industry. These will aid in producing electricity, which will be used for lighting in the studio spaces. We have also chosen to use the electric source heat pump, which takes energy out of the air and uses it to heat water. Multiple pumps will be used across grades with the intention of supplying heat and hot water to the smaller spaces of the school, such as offices, meeting rooms, or toilets. These systems are extremely sufficient for heating the smaller spaces. We have also chosen solar glass, which can be incorporated into the curtain walling. This allows for a maximum solar gain across grades.
For our next carbon solutions, we've chosen a ventilation system, which will use the used to have clean air circulation within the building without losing any heat. This allows heat recovery system. The heat recovery system allows dirty air from the space to heat new clean air. This prevents the opening of windows and therefore presents an extreme loss in heat. We've also decided to use a green roof system. This is a modern system which provides a carbon absorbing, rain buffering, and energy saving roofing finish to Grays. It creates a modern aesthetic along with the timber cladding and the curtain walling. This is to push it more towards the zero carbon goal for Grays due to its reduction of heat loss through the roof. We've also chosen to use a rainwater harvesting system. Although the green roof will absorb a large amount of the rainwater, any excess water will be caught, stored, and filtered so that it can be used in the toilet system within Grays. This will reduce the water waste and therefore create a more zero carbon building.
For the material delivery, we have chosen to use electric vehicles, which means that there will be limited fossil fuels and the project's carbon footprint can therefore be lowered. A local Peterhead commercial dealership now offers a range of electric work vehicles, which can be leased for the duration of the project to lower carbon emissions.
So we chose to look at some zero carbon studies, and the first one being a smoke architecture. This is a Canadian-based company with a focus of meeting net zero carbon facilities. They aim to create Canada's first ever mass timber net zero carbon higher education facility through the use of CLT and PV panels. This offsets the annual emissions associated with operating the building. This focuses on solar gain and zero carbon solutions, which will allow nearly 14,000 square meter space to have a very low impact on the environment. Similar renewable solutions will be used in Grays and they aim to offset the yearly operating emissions that will be reduced in the building's carbon footprint.
Another study we've looked at is the Pure House UK-based company, which is dedicated to creating a social and environmental impact. They use zero carbon solutions to beat fuel poverty, calculate and reduce a building's impact to create a new future for the industry, reducing waste and simply building better. They focus on air tightness, solar gain, and super insulation and ventilation to achieve a low energy cost home. This reduction in heat loss means a large amount of the money can then be saved in the long run and invested into more renewable technology in the future. The monthly cost to run Grays will be much lower after the retrofitting when adapting the fabric first approach, such as Pure House have done.
We looked into the project planning for the designers, which is us, and the contractor, which is you, to follow. So for the Grey School of Art retrofitting, we'll follow RIBA's 7 stages of services schedule. This allows for a clear understanding of what each stage entails for all parties involved, including ourselves and yourself, the contractor. The following list allows for the allocation of roles within the team, as well as a basic time frame for the completion of the project.
To conclude, the use of sustainable materials, renewable technology, and a fabric-first approach will allow the retrofitting of Grays to be highly efficient and have a greatly reduced carbon footprint. Materials such as Accoya cladding, Kingspan super insulation, and the curtain walling will all be adopted in order to reduce heat loss in the most efficient and sustainable way. Renewable solutions such as PV panels and an air source heat pump, a mechanical ventilation system, solar glass, and a green roof will all be adopted in the Grays retrofitting in order to create a more modern, environmentally friendly, and zero carbon working space. Thank you.